both halves.
And
Doyle.
a notable omission from the St George side, Scott Goulet. He's been dynamite all afternoon. He's not there. No doubt Brian Smith will use him as a stormtrooper.
Now, Newcastle to bring it away through Richards. He hasn't played in most of the earlier matches. Came on in the semi-final. Glanville has been a star for Newcastle. So has Gordon. Gordon now with a chance. Doyle. Walford across from the far wing. Doyle knocked down by St George. Good play and good cover from Walford. It was Khalil who got to it and knocked the pass back for Walford. Opportunity lost. Beattie stepping. Beattie gets through. Can the support get to him? Gordon. He gets it for Walford. He got across to save one. Now he gets there to add one. Walford skips out of the last tackle and St George explode away in the opening moments with the first try. Ricky Walford has everyone on their feet.
This is just the sort of start that St George were looking for. Ricky Walford on the fly supported a Michael Beattie pass. There was not enough pace in the cover defence of Newcastle to stop him.
Ricky Walford knows where to score them in Nissan 7's football. Dick's Nillage over Newcastle.
And we've seen all afternoon, Graham, the sides that make their mark in 7's football are the ones that hit back immediately. Over to you, Newcastle.
And Ashley Gordon. He's wrapped up by Tierney and also Priddle. Hagan, McCormick. Wayne, have you been able to pick one side more tired than the other all afternoon in these two?
Actually, I thought St George were very, very lucky to win their first match of the afternoon when they were behind 10 points to nil after about 5 minutes against Western Suburbs. They struck back, won that match, and they've gone from strength to strength. But Newcastle have been by far the more consistent of the two.
Well, consistency doesn't get the end result here. Doyle wrapped up. Last tackle. Hagan. Hagan trying to spread it. Here's the try. Richards. Beautifully worked by Hagan. He knew the long ball was going to end up with an extra man out wide. He's taken a lot of time over the conversions. And with that, maybe giving his side a chance to rest. He gets it. And as it should be in a final, it is 6-all. Straight into the try scorer, McCormick.
It's 10 minutes each way, but I don't think Brian Smith will muck around for too long with Scott Goulet. I expect to see him make a very quick entry.
Tierney. Tierney 32 out. Brian Smith intense. The St George coach on the sideline. Beattie back for Walford. Tierney turns, looks for support. The call of held from Bill Harrigan right on the 22. David New, switch of play for Priddle. Priddle will look for David New. He was away for the try, couldn't handle the pass. So St George missed their first opportunity.
What you've basically got to do is make the most of every chance you get, because if you miss too many chances, in the end you miss the boat.
Hagan. Kemp. Strong fend, but good defence from Beattie. One of the best in the business out in the backs. They just get outside their own 22, Newcastle. Kemp. Hagan. Richards over the top for Doyle. David New comes across. Just manages to put Doyle off balance so Priddle can finish him off. Now, this will go against Newcastle. It's up to the referee to decide whether he's been laying on him too long. Not to the side in possession of the... David New finds touch. 35 metres out. Khalil. For Priddle.
Graham, St George have given some good young players their chance in this 7's tournament, and it's paid off for them.
Chance for them to get stuck into the 1991 season on the right note. David New 10 metres out. Khalil stepping. Wrapped up 4 metres away. Newcastle.
Extras on the left.
Priddle goes from dummy half. He loses it. They had men over on the left, as Bill said.
And the man on the end of that back line was Ricky Walford. He should have seen the football.
Now, Richards gave the penalty away. To put them under pressure, he tries to get them out of danger. And a good, strong second run. But he loses it. Walford to the outside. He might have the pace. Kemp comes across. Again, Newcastle putting themselves under pressure. Priddle, a tall man who has certainly played his role today. Tierney. The Saints keeping their cool. They've dragged the defence in. Can they finish them off out wide? The dummy. David New runs into the referee. That will force a scrum for St George.
I suppose if any positive comes out of it, they were going to take the feed, but Michael Hagan too alert for that.
Back for the Knights. Tony Kemp trying to step out of one. The Knights looking for their first big major success in rugby league. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Who will go into half-time with an advantage? Doyle running outside. Gordon Doyle! It's the Knights who gain the upper hand. They soaked up the pressure. Now their fans cheer Doyle all the way down to the goalpost and that all-important black dot. St George can blame themselves, but the Knights, they... Well and truly inside the last 2 minutes of the first half. Gordon gets it. And it is 12-6. Newcastle over St George. Trying to step his way through. They've got to be frustrated, Wayne, after losing the opportunity down the other end.
They have, but you've got to give credit to Newcastle's outstanding defence. It's been strong all day, as it has been in the 13-a-side game for the past couple of years. So, I mean, I think that's going to continue to frustrate St George as they get more tired.
Goulet out there to make an impression. Flicks it for New over the top. He just threw it behind his head. Cameron Wade was there at a spectacular try to the Saints. They soak up time. Wade under the black dot at the other end. The final. No time left now. Chip ahead from Gordon. Quick thinking. Off the knees of Wade. Doyle's there. It bounces fortuitously into the hands of Cameron Wade. So action right to the end of this first half. It's 12-all. We'll be... In fact, they try something different, but Beattie was awake. One of the most alert and professional players in the game.
Those kickoffs are good, but only if they come off.
And that's because now in the second tackle, the Saints are already back to halfway. David New. Goulet. Chance out wide if he can get it. There is Priddle. Back on the inside for Cameron Wade. Clever thinking from Walford to tow it ahead. Now, well, great race between Gordon and Walford, and Gordon got there a metre out. Dramatic chase between the two flyers. Now, the Knights come away with it through Wayne Richards. Glanville. Crunch time, Wayne. What's going to win this one?
Well, it's a hard question to answer at this early stage of the... Well, still early because there's still 9 minutes to go, but I think it's going to be ball control. There's going to be about 8 or 9 sets of 6, and St George...
Well, you just said it. They lost at Newcastle, but St George haven't been able on the first tackle to convert it. He took a chance, Cameron Wade. George, 6 vital tackles coming their way. If they're going to make their mark, it should be in this 6. New and Hagan. Back for Goulet. Goulet waits it out wide for Walford. Walford, the short ball to Beattie. Great pass away for Walford. Back in field for Goulet. This will be some try. It is a sensation. St George kept that alive. How many sets of hands? What a remarkable try. There was always somebody there. 12 over the Knights. McCormick. 7 minutes to go. Richards away for Schuster. Possession is just about even. 18 tackles for St George, 19 for Newcastle. Glanville. Glanville. Surprising everyone in that passage with his pace. But they cough it up once more, Newcastle.
Find holes.
To his defence, it was a perfect ball. Easily put down by Doyle. St George with about 6.5 minutes left in this half. And that will be a big payday for the Saints. Goulet. Goulet now 35 out from his own line. David New. Who's at home? Gordon's got to turn and chase again. It is now tough days for the Knights. Gordon gets it back for Schuster. He's wrapped up quickly by Wade.
There's some tired players there, a few of them working on memory.
Wade kicks it ahead. Wade wins the race. That's a try. Cameron Wade missed out a few moments ago. Now with the Knights a little top. Ricky Walford, another nail in the coffin. 22-12, St George. Wayne Richards. The irony of it all, Bill, the Saints were in trouble against West in the first round.
They've come from behind in every game that they've played and done it in style. Here what they've got to do is try and protect the lead.
Now Hagan. Hagan dummying his way through. Then he finds McCormick. 5 minutes to go in the final. Penalty comes for Newcastle. It had to. Quickly they'll take the tap. Hagan. Schuster stepping and stepping brilliantly for Gordon. Great cover from St George. Hagan to take over. Looking for runners. St George shut him out. He's only got to be a metre away though. Schuster, who wants it?
If Newcastle are going to score, St George have got to try and make sure that it's out wide and a difficult conversion.
McCormick, Hagan, Schuster. That was a beautiful ball. He just held it up and said to Schuster, you run to the gap and you put us back in this final from right in front. But this conversion will now set it up that another converted try, even just the try, might send us into sudden death. 22-18 to the Saints. Is there time, Wayne?
Certainly there is time, because 3 minutes is a hell of a lot of time in 7's football. It's 3 or 4 sets of 6, and St George, if they hold on to this ball for the full 5 tackles, then kick deep, they're going to be very hard to beat though.
Wayne, it's all about not panicking.
Most definitely. There's a lot of money at stake, and the players realise that, and you get passes like that when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
So
truly, the Saints are there to be knocked off now. A converted try to get the Knights home. This penalty is going to send us down the other end, and we are under 2 minutes. So all you Newcastle fans, they are storming home at the right end. Doyle to halfway. Richards. Hagan. Hagan. Schuster. Gordon. Now McCormick. We've got to be going down to the final 60. Hagan.
A lot of passing here from Newcastle, but they need some runners.
We've got runners out wide. Doyle. Cameron Wade is there. And a beautiful tackle on Doyle as we go under 60. Start biting those nails, you Newcastle fans. Richards! Richards still going. Richards ankle tapped. The chance is there for the Knights. St George on the rack. Glanville. Glanville. What a day he's had. He sets up the try, does he? Doyle! What a tackle! Coyne with a brilliant piece of cover defence last tackle. There is only seconds. Seconds to go. Newcastle from dummy half. Glanville. They are going to have to kick the goal from out wide. Oh, what a finish. $1,000 payday for his club. And every fan of rugby league looking on. Hits it well. hits it well, he's done it! After the end of the time, Ashley Gordon, he will be the hero of Newcastle. Newcastle will celebrate in a big way tonight. The most amazing finish to push the Nissan 7's to a climax. Bill, what a day!
A fitting finish to what's been a sensational day's football. I think we definitely had the two best teams make it to the final. Interestingly enough, neither of these teams have played in a final before. They've done it the